Next up on my list, I have Robert Nix. You're coming online, Robert. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, David. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Do have to tell people about Robert. I don't know how. So I met Robert through one of our courses. I don't remember which one you signed up for first, but he reached
Part
out.
one.
We started talk. Was it part 107? He reached out. We started talking. I was like, man, this is one of the nicest people I've ever met. We just would chat all the time, and so Robert has just been super good about being just a great DLA supporter. I don't even know how to say it. He would just get involved in courses, and he'd give good recommendations and feedback and suggestions, and he was willing to be my guinea pig. I'm like, Robert, I'm thinking about testing out this new thing. Would you want to try it out? And you're like, oh man, I'm all in. So I've really enjoyed getting to know Robert, and I'm even more stoked to see him here today with his 1K story. So Robert, why don't you kick it off by just telling everybody a little bit about who you are, what your business is, and then how you got to that 1K mark.
Okay. Well, I'm Robert. I'm in South Carolina. The name of my business is RE Drone SC. Um, David, I want to thank you. You spent a lot of time with me and giving me information. I mean, we'd sit down for sometimes an hour, 2 hours, and so I wanted to get started into real estate. So that's where the RE Drone came in. And so what I did is I actually probably did some things I probably wasn't supposed to do. I went and found some houses for sale, and I didn't ask. I just pulled up and started shooting pictures, kind of like what Brian was saying earlier, um, to be able to get some content together. So I was just getting content together and putting demo reels together, and did some free jobs, called some realtors, and I said, I'm willing to come and do this if you would, want somebody to come and do some drone pictures. So that's basically how I got my start. And then another thing I agree with Brian on too is the Google My Business, being listed on Google. I had this one realtor, David. I don't know if I've told you this, but this one guy called me, got me off of Google. I asked him how did he find me, and he said Google. Um, he owns his own real estate company, so he's got realtors working for him. And from that
Excellent.
one call, I've probably done, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 jobs from him,
Wow,
between
that's
him and his
awesome.
realtors. And
Great.
so, as a matter of fact, I'm fixing to do $1 million home for him this weekend.
Wow,
So
congrats. That's
I'm
awesome.
excited about that. Yeah. So he's got about maybe 3 or 4 realtors that have contacted me so far. And so my advice would be just get out there and get some content, so that people can see. I think it's better to show people what you do than it is to tell people what you do.
Yep.
And so get online, um, get listed on Google, get your content together, and just contact some realtors and say, hey, I'm trying to get started. Let me come and do a couple of jobs for you for free,
I
and
love it.
that kind of blossoms out.
I love it. And, Robert, I was going to say one thing about you that I've noticed. You just, no matter how, quickly things are happening or how slowly things are happening, you're just really steady about always kind of chipping away, getting out there,
Yeah,
still talking to people, even if you felt discouraged. So I really think that's a good quality that you have.
I
And I want to
appreciate
show, I showed this at the beginning, but this is Robert's 1K club. You can see there's like boxes in the background because he was the first. We were trying to find a plaque, and I was like, well, if we're going to get one, I might as well get one that I know, Robert's going to be getting one. So
I
he was
got
the
that
first
on
one to
my
get one.
mantle right now, by the way.
Oh, good.
It's
Well,
sitting on
Robert,
my mantle.
nice. Well, I also have a Facebook message. So we had like a Facebook group within that Drone to 1K / Drone Business Mastery course. And here's Robert's message that he had from August 22nd. I think this was 2020. You said, did the mission for the metals company today. There was some metals company you were going to work with. She's
Yeah.
going to pay me on Monday. Signed up for Wave. That's this accounting software we teach them how to use. So I create my first official invoice. So you went from creating your first official invoice. Now you said you had 20, 25 jobs shooting $1 million home. So really proud to see how far you've come and sticking with it. That's the
Uh,
key.
well, I really
So,
appreciate you, David. I thank
all
you
right. So
for everything that you've done.
everybody clap inside your house for Robert, even though he can't hear it, but we'll know you know, the millions watching around the world are clapping for Robert. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll see you again on more of these.
Yeah.
Hope you found that inspiring. And if you want to get results like you just heard, now's a perfect chance to join our Drone Business Mastery program. It is 50% off for the next few days up until this Friday. So if you've ever been thinking about starting a drone business, or you started one, you just can't really figure it out, get in there, learn from a ton of experts, let them lay the roadmap out for you. Time to take action is right now if you want to do this. So from now until Friday at midnight, 50% off. There should be a link around this video. I'm excited to see you in there. Learn with us, learn from others, and go out there and get some success.